do have some breaking news out of San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama says he's officially been cleared to return after dealing with a blood clot in his shoulder. Here's what he told reporters at L'Equipe over the weekend. Quote, "I'm officially cleared to return. It just happened. I got the green light from the Spurs medical staff just a few hours ago. Phew, I'm finally able to play a bit of basketball again." All right, everyone has said that he could be the best player in the world at some point. Now, his health is back in order here, and that scares behind him. Is he finally going to be able to reach that designation this season?
I mean, if he gets in the conversation this season, that is a tremendous development for the Spurs. And look, he has shown he's the best defensive player in the world right now. Offensively, he's still very much a work in progress, a developing prospect. They've added some pieces around him. They've got a really impressive young core. For Wemby and for the Spurs, he doesn't have to make a leap to the top. They're not going to make a leap to the top this year. You want them to get in the thick of things in the Western Conference, to be competitive, to compete for a playoff spot.
So, Mark, we saw Dylan Harper in that highlight. He looked really good in that game. They've got Dylan Harper. They've got the reigning Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. De'Aaron Fox is there. They do have some pieces, albeit young.
Kind of being pushed.
Yeah.
Look, his roster is great. There's no wasted roster spots. I expect him to take a leap. He has so much talent around him now that he doesn't have to put the entire franchise on his back. Yes, he is a star of this team, but, like, if Vassal's coming off the bench, Barnes coming off the bench, like, you got two rookies that I expect to make an immediate impact on this team. I'm expecting big things from the Spurs.
Yeah, and look, they always do a really good job of development, I would say, as well, when you think about it. Like, look at historically, they're one of the teams that has done a fantastic job mining the G League over their history. You know, the Austin Spurs, you always have guys being called up. They got this guy, Jones Garcia, who I saw balling out at Summer League. That's a guy, even though the backcourt is crowded, could be someone you have there. All right, UD, what do you think?
I mean, I love the roster. I love it. And also, let's not forget about bringing Luke Kennett over from Boston and what he was able to do in the playoffs for those guys. So that's another guy who has championship, experience and, has that expectation, knows what it's like to be in a locker room like that. So I love the pieces and everything they put around him. I love what Victor is able to do offensively and, of course, what he's able to do defensively. I would love for him to cut those threes down. I know he shoots around 8 or 9 threes. I'm a little old school. I want him to get in there and dominate a little bit more with his size. But, sky's the limit for Victor Wembanyama. I just think this team needs a couple more mango seasons. You're out there in the West, and everybody is continuously getting better. And, it's a lot of ground for those guys to make up from where they were last year, even though they added those pieces as the West continues to get better.
Well, and I think there's such a great unknown to this roster. I think just because they traded for De'Aaron Fox in February, and we really saw a limited body of work with him and Victor Wembanyama here, and I think there is a newness. And the only way is to get better. When you're in the Western Conference, if you don't improve your roster, and I think San Antonio did that in the draft, suddenly with their 2 picks led by Dylan Harper and then Luke Kornet, and then they get Kelly Olynyk in a trade, they did get better. But is that good enough to get into that top 6 of the Western Conference? And I think there's the great unknown for that.
Yeah.
NBA,